Mic check, 1, 2. 1, 2 on the mic. Breaking down. Throwing down some Beastie Boys there. Got to fight for your right to party. Mic check by mic. Mic's mic check. How's that working? Am I still checking? Oh. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Anything there, Sam. Anything. Mic check.
Coming out to the start line. Are they head north? We're not going to go to the dog leg portion of the course. They won't have to deal with that. That's historically and traditionally a part of the course that can get pretty choppy. Two ways we can see this. Weather forecast may see this settling out, or we might see it picking up a little bit. So this is by no means a throwaway race after Fridays. This is still a lot at stake. You have a national title, and this remains a world championship distance. So with a strong international field, we're apt to see some outstanding racing yet again today. Early out. Osmalule. Next to him, Kane Radford. Actually now jumping up to the front there, looks like Alex Meyer. This is a stage of the race, as I've said many times. They're going to want to settle in. Some of the more experienced swimmers are choosing to option to get out there in front, get to that first buoy, have a clean turn, and settle into a pace. Round buoy one, fairly clean but pretty congested. Looks like we had a few get hung up there.
right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
Olivier from France in the lead.
Talk about family when family's all that we got. Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond. And that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn. And that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone.
Okay, out in front, as we go towards this front buoy, conditions are just crystal clear. You can hear the referees blowing their whistles behind me. They're trying to get attention to Joey Pedraza, who apparently missed a turn. But out in front of this stage, very clear water, Olivier.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
We know that you on that side. We go, ain't no limit to where we go. If we let you have control, ain't no limit, no.
Pedraza, the officials have disqualified him. He missed the first turn buoy. They're still trying to get him off the course. But as our leader right now is Olivier out of France, has opened up a very nice lead over Osmaluli, who's in second. Really relaxed at this stage, both real very composed. In third place, we got Alex Meyer. Behind him, we got David Heron and Kane Radford. Sean Ryan in the 7th position. So Olivier with setting a really small, strong, and smooth pace as we head out towards this far buoy on the course. Remember, we're not going to have any left-hander turns today. Everything will be right-hander only until they come in through the finish.
Now she calling me an ex. I don't fool with her. just what I'm on. Call me body, body. You know what you on that side. We go, ain't no limit to where we go. If we let you have control, ain't no limit, no.
Okay, coming up on this far buoy, got a little bit of a split between the groups. Olivier just slightly on the inside. Now he's moving out to the outside to get more in line. Really clean line behind him. Os Maluli in third. Alex Meyer. Fourth, Kane Radford, David Heron, Sean Ryan, Richard Weinberger. Alan DeComo, he's in the ninth position right now.
You still got the reins, hit the target every time. We know nothing's out your range. And even though them haters wanna block us like Matumbo, we keep fighting, clawing, scratching, guarantee we ain't gon' run no. Hey, you can keep your box. I put my faith in no ruler. See chains off of slaves. Boy, my name ain't Kunta. No more working on this plantation. My emancipation is true. Keep on living free and keep this gospel in the roots. Look at they talking. Blah, 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 that yapping ain't a factor. Cause our faith is in Christ. He got our back like chiropractors. All the hating got a moonwalking. They moving, but it's backwards. Cause God protect us cheering. He won't lead us to disaster. You know what you on that side. We go, ain't no limit to where we go. If we let you have control, ain't no limit, no.
Okay. Olivier now maintaining his lead. He's held the lead pretty much from the get-go as he burst out with the lead pack, but now we've got everything strung out in a single file line for the most part. They're continuing to try to get Joey Pedraza off the course. Olivier with our lead. Second, we got Os Maluli. Third is Alex Meyer. Behind him, Kane Radford. Olivier looks like he's slowing off the pace just a little bit, just like in the 10K. There's so much racing to go. Obviously, it is half the distance, but it's a longer distance. We're going to see this first lap, first couple laps. Real smooth pacing, most likely. Much greater chance for a breakaway in a 5K. But again, the individual strategies, which of course will vary, will be interesting to watch as they play out. Right now it looks like we've got Os Maluli just pulling up ever so slightly on Olivier. In the third position, right behind him, Alex Meyer. Kane Radford in the fourth position. And then three across. We have Richard Weinberg, Sean Ryan, Dave Heron. Test. Okay, Olivier rounds the outside turn, heading back down the front stretch. Be interesting to keep an eye on the collegiate swimmers in this field. Stands to reason that they may do a little bit better in a 5K, having coming off a recent NC2A taper for their distance events. Olivier ups the tempo a bit. Maloney staying with him. The crowd here, you're going to see Olivier in the lead. Second, Osmaluli in the third position. That's Alex Meyer. Behind him, Kane Radford, Richard Weinberger in the fourth position. Three across the slide lead is going to be Sean Ryan in the middle. Up closest to the boat, David Heron, Alan Docomo from Brazil.
From Brazil.
Chip Pete, and Richard Gill back down as well. But right
Chip
now,
Peterson, Arthur Frailer, and Richard Gill back there as well. But right now, up in front, as you'll see passing the crowd, it's going to be Olivier out in front of the red cap, Osmaluli in the yellow cap in that second position, Alex Meyer in the third position. Okay, one lap coming up on the completion of the first lap. It's Olivier in front, coming up strong. Alex Meyer closest to the boat, but in the second position, it's Osmaluli. Sean Ryan making a big push. Yeah. Right now in the fifth position, Alan Tacoma trying to make a move, but there he just sort of backs off there a little bit. Sean Ryan actually looks like he's really trying to make his way up towards the front. Olivier maintaining his lead. Ryan trying to find that sort of that sweet spot so he can maybe swing around. Meyer will have the turn advantage against Ryan. Oh, and okay, here comes Alex Meyer making a push on the inside. He really wants to try to get this turn advantage. It's going to be a squeeze. He thinks he'll be pushing Os out. They're going to come in tight really here. This could work to Alex's advantage, or he could get pinched up against the buoy. We'll see. Olivier will have a clean turn across. So Olivier makes it around clean. Meyer moves up a little bit. Now he may have a slight lead over Maluli, ever so slight, but they're side by side. Maluli on top, Alex closest to the boat. Sean Ryan is now in that fourth position. Sean trying to find a clean spot. I think he would really like to move up in a position here. He's kind of boxed a little bit behind Maluli and Meyer. Weinberger in the fourth position now. This is definitely a very fast pace these guys are hitting. Olivier looks like he's going slightly off course. Now he's cutting it back in. We talked about the dynamics of the pack. And there's a lot of value to being in those following positions. Of course, you don't have to lift your head to side as much, conserving energy. But the risk is the leader can pull you a little bit more. But now everybody is back on course. This is a very special race for Alex Meyer. He mentioned to me yesterday at the hotel that after a series of summer races, this is going to be it for him. Of course, he reserves his right to change his mind, but this quite possibly could be Alex Meyer's last national 5K. But coming around this turn here on the far side of the course, it's Olivier in the lead. Behind him, Ost Maluli in the third position. It's Alex Meyer. Richard Weinberger now in the fourth position. Sean Ryan falling back to fifth. David Herron in the sixth position. And Kane Radford in the seventh position.
I did not know that about Alex. That's a pretty sight of water he's got.
Notice here as you look at the athletes swimming through the water, you can see the kick a little bit more apparent in the 5K. Not quite as relaxed in the legs. Of course, with half the distance, they don't need to conserve all that energy. They can up the rate, and it certainly looks like that's what Olivier is trying to do. He is trying to push it, open it up, and gap some distance. Hanging with him is Ost Maluli. And then they've got a slight gap back to the 3-4 position with Richard Weinberger and Alex Meyer. Coming up in the fifth position, Sean Ryan. Very calm on this side of the course. A lot more glassy conditions as compared to over on the start side next to the beach. $19 in the lead pack. Front to back, looks like about 35, 40 meters. That's a lot to make up in a 5K. You don't have quite the luxury to be hanging back like we witnessed Andrew Gemmel in the 10K, executing that strategy of his where he starts off really easy towards the back of the pack and slowly inches his way up forward. So Olivier and Maluli, those two opening up about a body and a half lead over Richard Weinberger in the third position. Alex in that fourth position. Pace slowing down ever so slightly. It looks like the gap may be closing just a little bit in the pack. So 4 laps here for this. We're in the middle. We're about halfway through the second lap, a little farther than that. Olivier maintaining his lead. Maluli in second, Weinberger in third. Round this far turn, everything clean. Just like we saw in the first lap, kind of going mostly single file here. Olivier in first, Malili in second, Weinberger in third, Meyer in the fourth position. Then it bunches up a little bit. Sean Ryan, Alan DeComo, David Herron, Chip Peterson, Ferry Wordman, Kane Radford, Harari, and Frailer.
I want to take a moment to say thank you to the folks involved with putting on the event this morning. First up, from the safety side, big thank you to Urban Search and Rescue, San Carlos Park Fire District, Lee County Sheriff's Office, Lee County Parks and Rec staff and guards. Also a big thank you to the folks from Miramar Lake Security and Marina staff, and also the numerous volunteers from the Gulf Coast swim team. Appreciate your help. You see some of those folks today walking around, why don't you stop and give them a pat on the back or shake their hand or tell them thank you, or all three. Appreciate you folks being here with us this morning.
So front to back in the lead pack, it's really started to spread out quite a bit. We're at about 60, 70 meters front to back. Olivier maintaining his lead. They had to bow out a little bit to make this turn as they make the adjustment. Maluli in second, Weinberger in the third position, Alex Meyer fourth position. DeCarmo now in the fifth position with Chip Peterson moving up powerfully on the inside in the sixth position. Sean Ryan in seventh, David Herron in eighth. Harari's gone from 13th to the 9th position, and Wordman in holding out the top 10, Kane Radford in 11th. Okay, Chip's really making a strong move now. He's back in the 5th position, but he's really working to move up. They know they've only got a little over 2 laps to go. So if you're much off the leader right now, you got to really make a move to get back in there. Olivier setting a strong pace, just like he did coming around this buoy on the first lap. Ups his stroke tempo slightly. Maluli hanging with him on his feet. Back a little bit farther, we see Richard Weinberger, 4th position, stays Alex Meyer. And Chip working hard in that 5th position, trying to come up on Alex. Making our way down toward the beach. You see in the red cap, that's Olivier in the first position, second behind him. Osama Maluli in the third position, Richard Weinberger. Fourth position stays Alex Meyer. And you'll watch there in the Carolina blue cap, that's Chip Peterson. He's been trying to make a move around Alex now for the last several hundred meters. Back behind him, Brazil's De Carmo. Harari behind him in the blue cap. And on the inside, closer to the boat in that Tennessee cap, that's David Herron. Right adjacent to the boat right now, that's Ferry Wordman, Kane Radford, and Sean Ryan. Behind them, Arthur Frailer. But still out in front. Nice lead, that's Olivier. Looking smooth. He's having to execute a little bit more in terms of lifting his head, make sure he keeps everything on track here. Stakes starting to get high now with just slightly over 2 laps to go. If you're much farther back than about 30 meters, you really got to start to make that big move right now.
Folks, you can cheer for those guys anytime you want. They're right there. They're right there.
And we can hear your cheers out here on the boat, so they're likely can hear you too. So let's give them a big push when they come through in this section. Weinberger now moving up a little bit on the inside, the right side of Maluli. This turn up here can be a very valuable advantage. If you can get up there on the inside, around these turns, right side turns, being on the inside gives you an opportunity to perhaps push up inside, and that's apparently what Weinberger's trying to do. Peterson has clean water now, and he is making a push. He's a little bit up about now on the hip of Alex Meyer, who holds the fourth position. But Chip is making that move. He's making that push. Less than 2 laps to go now. Well, Olivier appears very comfortable holding this lead. He's yet to give any indication that he wants to back off and pass it on. But as we saw yesterday, when it comes down to that final sprint, every ounce of energy is going to come to bear in terms of the swimmers being able to hold their mental focus. We saw the men's group get just a slight off course yesterday, which ended up in the end giving Andrew Gemmel ever so slight advantage that gave him the championship. So right now, back in the 5-6 position, looks like Japan's Harari and Chip Peterson really working hard. They're trying to make some progress and get up in there. They are well aware, both veteran competitors well aware at the challenges they face. With every stroke, it's getting more and more difficult to close that gap if they can hold that through to the end. We haven't seen nearly the level of pace changes we see in a 10K. They've been holding this throughout. So the gap widening up between 3 and 4. Weinberger slides in just a little bit in that third position, pulls the rest of the pack off. Olivier with a clean line, gonna go around again. Once again, he'll go around clearing in first. So as they come around this far turn, back to the smooth, glassy waters on the east side of the course. Olivier in the front, Maluli second. Third position remains Weinberger. Maluli and Weinberger both medalists from the 2012 Olympics. Maluli taking the gold, Weinberger getting the bronze. Alex Meyer maintains his fourth place position in the pack, and Harari's now moved into that fifth position. Barry Wortman now in the sixth position. Chip Peterson back in seventh. Weinberger making a slight move up on Maluli. Trying to find that right, just that perfect spot that he can swing around. Had a really good opportunity to spend some time yesterday with Os Maluli. He newly has achieved his United States citizenship. He's really excited about that. It means a lot to him. He retains his dual citizenship with Tunisia, who he'll once again represent in the Olympics in Rio. But being an American citizen really means a lot to him. He's been here for 14 years, came over when he was a teenager to swim at the University of Southern California. He's grabbed a couple graduate degrees on the line. Real smart guy, real genuine person. It's good to see him still in there at 31 years of age, looking strong, but still holding the lead. That's Olivier as we head down this far with Maluli in that second position, Weinberger in third. Kind of pushing it now, coming back there. He's kind of stayed back there as Wortman, who was very, very strong yesterday, pulling down that second position in yesterday's 10K. So Wortman now goes into that fourth position, Meyer in the fifth position. Harari holding back in sixth, right behind them. Little tough position for Harari right now where he's at. A lot of turbulence right there.
For our ladies that are now making their way to the venue, a reminder that your pre-race briefing is at 9:15. You can check in here at any time. Make sure you have your swimsuit verified. Race scheduled to go off at 9:30, pre-race briefing at 9:15.
But Olivier is still maintaining the same even pace that he's held throughout the course of the race as we come up with just about maybe a lap and a little less than a lap and a half to go. It's been this section of the course right here where they've had a little bit of problem with the navigating. As I described, they don't have that same advantage coming off the dogleg course where they could kind of spot off the side. The shore is a little bit farther off to their left. Had a tendency to bow in just a little bit. Again, they're kind of doing the same thing. A lot of jockeying, a lot of energy being spent right now in the basically about the 4 through 8 positions. Wortman's kind of relaxing a little bit. He's moving up really kind of relaxed, but he has moved up in the pack. He holds the 4th position behind Weinberger. In the 3rd position, second is Maluli. Olivier up front in the red cap. Alex Meyer in the 5th. So we'll go through our top 10 right now. Top 10 in the 1st position, Olivier's. Maluli in 2nd. Weinberger in 3rd. Wortman now in the 4th position. Alex Meyer 5th. Harari in the 6th. Chet Peterson 7. DeCarmo in the 8th position. Sean Ryan 9th. And David Heron rounds out number 10. Coming up in 11, right there on that pack, is Kane Radford and Arthur Frailer right behind them. So that pack of about 11 or 12 that's going to be our lead pack. They're kind of pulling away from the rest of the group. But again, even at the back of this lead pack, that's quite a distance to make up with just over 1 lap to go. So around the south buoy, Olivier opening up a bit more of a lead. He's upped it a bit. He's now got about a body and a half length lead over Maluli in 2nd. Maluli with an equal distance over Weinberger. Right on Weinberger's hip is Wortman. Wortman in that really got a real sweet position for drafting right there. That's he's getting a nice ride there along with Weinberger. In the 5th, 6th, side by side, that's Meyer and Harari. Harari really making a big push now. Trying to get up on this pack. Undoubtedly, we're going to see a really fast last lap. That's what this is shaping up to be right here. Well, I don't think we're going to see any more jockeying for position. It appears Olivier's going to just really keep this up. He's starting to bringing his kick a lot more. Maluli as well. But just the behavior we've seen in this pack so far seems to indicate that those two are off real strong, although Wortman now trying to make a move to get up in there with them. He's been able to conserve a bit. He's held back for the first couple laps. Now he's getting right in there in that 3rd position. So coming up on the beach, as you'll see here in lead position in that red cap, that's Olivier Maluli in the yellow cap. In the no cap, right behind him, that's Wertman. Other no cap, that's Richard Weinberger. In the blue cap, that's Harari. And in that Carolina blue, right behind them, that's Chip Peterson. Take note of the differential in speed that you saw the last time they passed through here versus now.
Come on, folks, let's get behind these guys. Let them hear you. Getting ready to set up for their final lap. Give Mike Lewis a wave. Show him some love out there. Our on-race commentator there. Cruising on the boat.
So one of the things I'm seeing right now is it looks like Wertman has kind of backed off his intensity. He's found a nice little sweet spot right there behind Maluli. If anybody's going to be able to make a strike and go around, potentially he's definitely setting himself up. You look at that pack of three behind them, a lot of negotiating. Harari just had to break out of there. He got pinched behind Weinberger and Peterson. Those three, no. You can see a little bit, for lack of a better term, a little desperation in their stroke. They've really got a higher tempo. They really need to get in there at this point if they're going to have any chance of making a strike. And you can see Harari really making a big push. Now, can he hold that throughout the entirety of this last lap? Of course, that's the big challenge. Olivier has been doing the majority of the work for the pack going through. Maluli's held very nicely in that second position.
Folks, I want to let you know
the advantage that Maluli holds right now, it's coming down from altitude. They've just been up in Colorado Springs for several weeks. So coming down, that could potentially be his advantage at a race that has had this level of speed throughout.
Folks, we want to let you know if you want to see the TV monitor, we've got that up and running here at the tent. So TV monitor is up showing the feed, so come on over if you'd like. Ladies, a reminder for your check-in process, you need to do a suit check. Also need to pick up your entry card. Bring that with you to the pre-race briefing for your introduction.
In the sixth position, Do Carmo, now back in the seventh. Alex Meyer in the eighth, David Heron ninth, and Kane Radford rounds out the top 10. So although Olivier maintains the lead and it looks like the pack is spreading a bit, it's really kind of fun out here right now to have a look at Chip Peterson, the veteran, looking really strong and really putting in a nice, solid fight here. He's on the inside in that Carolina blue cap, just above him. That's Richard Weinberger. Do Carmo right behind the two of them. Back to the glassy side of the course.
Just a quick update here, ladies. If you'd like to warm up in just a moment, they're going to open up some water here on the far side of the pier. Once again, you can warm up over on the far side of the pier. Thank you.
Okay, things have calmed down a little bit on this backstretch. Olivier maintaining that lead. Just a slight notch down perhaps from what we saw when we passed the start-finish line. Just kind of looking for that setup, understanding, yeah, you want to definitely hold your speed, but in your mind, you're also thinking about conserving something. That's sort of the battle in your mind. Do you take off at this point? Do you hold back? Olivier content, holding on to that lead position. Malouly's stroke rate definitely slower than Olivier's. Malouly certainly looking as though he's not kicking as hard right now. But of all the top three, it's Wortman right now who also looks extremely relaxed. Harari really working hard to hold into that position. He wants to get up there into striking distance, and he's trying to make inch by inch a little bit up on Wortman.
Folks, we want to remind you that our good friends from the Fran Crippen Elevation Foundation are here this morning. They have a tent located just near the registration area. I want to invite you to stop by and see the folks from the Fran Crippen Elevation Foundation. Work the dream. We're glad they're here.